However, this may not be true for 2008. Opinions of Governor Palin did matter for the Republican ticket. Palin's slumping poll numbers throughout October also may well reflect voter backlash against Republican attacks on Obama with which she was associated. By mid-October, a growing number of voters, 56%, were saying that the McCain campaign had become too personally critical of Obama, and 60% told Gallup that they thought Governor Palin was not prepared to be the president. All of this happened during October. As Wall Street continued to melt down and the economy became not only the top issue, but virtually the only issue that concerned voters. George W. Bush's approval ratings hit new lows. Discontent with economic conditions hit all-time highs. And Obama led McCain by nearly 20 points as the candidate best able to deal with the economic crisis. In retrospect, Obama's advantage also came from the fact that many more voters who participated in the 2008 election consider themselves Democrats more so than Republicans. However, certain groups continued to align themselves with each party predictably. For example, most voters living in households with at least one union member backed Obama, while veterans and gun owners were solidly behind McCain. McCain's principal election strengths were with frequent churchgoers, whites, seniors, Protestants, and men. Obama's support came from their counterparts, non-churchgoers, blacks, younger voters, Catholics, and women. Younger voters turned out in record numbers for Obama, perhaps because Obama was able to make use of the latest technology to convey his message to them. Of course, John Kennedy made use of television, and Franklin Roosevelt made use of the radio. But Obama's ability to convey his message to young voters through the age of the computer was remarkable. For example, I noted a sharp spike among the 18 to 29-year-old group during the BlackBerry issue. That is, in one news cycle, Obama was asked about his BlackBerry, and he went on to explain the values of his BlackBerry. And in the same news cycle, McCain confessed that he did not know how to use a computer or how to send an email. I observed in the next Gallup cycle that there was a spike, a sharp spike, among the 18 to 29-year-old group who said that McCain was just too old to be the president. Over 2/3 of Americans tell Gallup that Obama's election as president is either the most important advance for blacks in the past 100 years or among the 2 or 3 most important such advances. Even well over half of McCain voters say that the 2008 presidential election marked one of the most important advances of the last 100 years for blacks. Americans also have become more strongly optimistic about the state of race relations in the United States. 67% now tell Gallup that a solution to relations between blacks and whites will eventually be worked out, the highest value Gallup has measured on this question. Only 30% of Americans tell Gallup that race relations will, quote, always be a problem for the United States. Furthermore, 7 out of 10 Americans tell Gallup that race relations in this country will get at least a little better as a result of Obama's election, including 28% who say that race relations will get a lot better. 2/3 of Americans report feeling proud and optimistic about Obama's election, and about 6 in 10 say they are excited about his election. Less than 1/3 of Americans report that they feel pessimistic or afraid about Obama's victory. I want to acknowledge Dr. Frank Newport, the editor-in-chief of the Gallup poll, and to acknowledge the entire Gallup organization. They have earned a debt of gratitude from presidential historians and from political scientists. They have given us a unique and remarkable public opinion record of the 2008 presidential election. Frank Newport and the Gallup organization have continued George Gallup's philosophical conviction that the measuring of public opinion is the pulse of democracy. I want to pay tribute to my friend, the late Arthur Schlesinger. Arthur died 2 years ago. It was my privilege to have worked with Arthur Schlesinger on numerous presidential election projects. I envision Arthur, wherever his spirit is, vigorously outlining a multi-volume series called The Age of Obama, with the first volume called The Crisis of the Old Order Again. Richard Hofstadter won his second Pulitzer Prize for his book, Anti-Intellectualism in American Life. I envision Richard Hofstadter, who is my doctoral sponsor, at work on a sequel dealing with anti-intellectualism in American politics, and the Gallup data for the 2008 presidential campaign would provide Hofstadter with enough material for at least one volume. Likewise, Gallup's 2008 extensive regional data on every conceivable subject reconfirms Frederick Jackson Turner's seminal thesis about sections within geographic sections of the United States, a thesis which Turner first outlined in a talk delivered before this very organization about 100 years ago. Frederick Jackson Turner copiously copied, plotted, and analyzed county voting records to support his thesis about sections within geographic sections. Gallup regional data for the 2008 presidential election only adds to Turner's brilliant analysis. Personally, I rank Charles Beard as the most outstanding American historian of the 20th century. Charles Beard was an exciting and passionate historian. He was an original thinker and a joy to read. I think Beard's basic thesis about American civilization still stands. Beard could use the 2008 Gallup data for an updated essay titled The Third American Revolution in a revised version of his multi-volume, The Rise of American Civilization. And to the young historians in this audience tonight who are searching for a doctoral topic, there are many, many fascinating doctoral topics to be found in this 2008 presidential election cycle. And the Gallup data on public opinion will become a primary source for your research work. Thank you.